So what does it really take to break 80? Breaking through any scoring barrier starts with harnessing the right mindset. Before I begin my round, I've accepted that I'll hit bad shots today. What matters is how I react, and whether I'm able to stay committed over the next shot. And finally, it also requires me to be honest with myself about my game, and choose an appropriate tee box for my skill level. My mind's at ease over this first swing of the day.
Thanks.
And I'm happy to hit one down the middle here on one. Speaking of being honest about my game, club selection isn't a matter of ego. It's a matter of giving ourselves the highest chance of hitting greens in regulation.
144 playing 150.
It's my first iron swing of the day, so I'll take some extra club and aim at the middle of the green.
That wasn't hit very well.
As predicted, I don't catch all of this one.
All right, putting.
But with the right club and a conservative target, my miss still finds the putting surface. And this is the area of the game where I'm most confident. From tee to green, it's easy for my head to get clouded with insecurities about my swing, or even my general athleticism. But the green, this is my domain. Most important, by the time I'm standing over the ball, I'm 100% committed to a plan. I've programmed in the speed of these greens, and want to ensure that I get this one to the hole, and I'm committed to a line. My mind is clear, and now I'll just focus on the tempo of my stroke. And mission accomplished here.
Thanks.
I'll have just a kick in for par. It's easy enough to keep the heart rate down when you're executing well, but what happens when we don't?
Ooh, that's left.
For one thing, we won't try to hit a hero shot to recover.
Pin is right behind that tree.
With a tree on my line, I'll just pick a target that's pin high, and hope to leave myself a decent look of getting up and down.
Oh, 58 here.
But again, execution won't always be there.
Doing that again.
But frustration and anger serve no utility on the golf course. Instead, I'll reset and hunker down over this one. I'm not thinking about how the ball got here. I'm committed. And this time, the result's a whole lot better. And despite two objectively bad shots on this hole,
Thanks.
I'm happy to escape with just a bogey.
Okay, we got 154 playing 148. I'm gonna go smooth 7 iron.
It's worth asking yourself whether you're more comfortable with a full swing or a partial swing. That may change day to day, or even in round depending on your confidence level. It's still early in this round, and I opt to back off a 7 iron here. It's an easy swing at my target, and it's found a piece of green.
I think that's good. Oh, it just came down the ridge and to the front, didn't it? Camera doesn't capture it, but this is massively uphill.
My tee shot ultimately came back to the front tier of this green. And on a putt like this, and all lag putts for that matter, speed control is more important than line. I mentioned I spent some time on the practice green before teeing off, and I'm able to put a firm stroke on this one and get it close. And we're back on track with the par.
Thank you. All right, par 5, and everything slopes left.
I find myself particularly at ease on par 5s. If you just put a drive in play, you'll be left with the short par 4.
Should be okay.
And ask yourself, on a short par 4, is it necessary to hit your longest club? If a short club is more consistent and still allows you to reach the green in 2, opt for that. Silly decisions on second shots of par 5s are the #1 area where I see high handicappers turn would-be bogeys and pars into doubles and worse. In my case, my long sticks have been cooperating lately, so I will opt for a 3-wood here. My confidence pays off, and I'll have just a pitch into the green.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Years of practice at pitch and putt lead me to getting a lot of these to makeable range.
Thanks. Downhill.
But it's important to acknowledge instances on the green when you can be aggressive and when you can't. This is a downhill slider, so my only thought here is to get it to the hole at die speed. I'm happy with this one, and I'll settle for par.
All right, 144. We're a touch into, and there's a backstop.
We're back to egoless decisions on this par 3. With the backstop behind the pin here, once again I'll take more club. The long miss is fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I'll even get a look at my playing partner's putt here. The takeaway is the same one we learned on the last hole. Plan to get putts from above the hole to the target at die speed. Once again, I've done it well.
Come on.
And it's just another par. Of course, we also need to take a functional swing to the course. And for that, don't listen to me. Take a word from the sponsor of today's video.
So every year, we're all trying to level up our games. And I noticed that a lot of us used to rely on YouTube advice to improve our swings. Doesn't work for the idiosyncrasies of your swing. That's why I started working with Swing Tweaks. Super cool app. You film your swing down the line the way I do throughout the video here. You submit that video in the app, and within a few hours, a PGA pro will get back to you, not with generalized advice, but with specific feedback for your swing. They'll give you video analysis, notes, drills to work on, and compared to having to see a pro in person, it's more affordable and it's more convenient. It's about the price of a glove. So I plead, rather than buying a sleeve of premium balls the next time you play golf, submit a swing on Swing Tweaks. And for about the same price, you will get feedback that you can take straight to the course. Best of all, use my discount code and you'll get 20% off the Swing Tweaks price.
And sometimes you can't even script it as well as reality, because this is my best drive of the day.
That should be good. Thank you, Swing Tweaks. So I just learned watching Diane's that this green will kick things to the right.
I hit this one exactly where I wanted to, but the golf gods give it a bad break.
Wow, look at that release.
And if I haven't emphasized it enough already, this is the part of the game that's most important for us handicap golfers. We have a lot of putts from this range, and realistically, we'll only make a handful of them. What's important is that we lag them close enough to two-putt far more often than not.
Stop.
It's a decent effort here, and I'm able to clean up the comebacker for par. But like I already mentioned, we need to stay within ourselves when par is no longer within reach.
Thanks.
And here on 7, after a good drive, I do this.
Shank. Whoops. Okay.
But I won't lose my cool.
On the golf course, evaluate what we're going to do here.
It's right on to planning the next shot.
Okay, 66 yards, but this tree is right in my face.
If I aim at the pin, maybe 1 in 20 will find the green.
We're going to just play it out left.
And the rest will find a greenside bunker. So I'll take a conservative line away from the hole. And it works out.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll take that outcome.
And after another good lag putt, I'm perfectly at peace with the tap-in for bogey, and moving on to the next hole.
Happy with the bogey after that nonsense. Ooh, that's leaking right.
This one's not deep, but it's in play.
271, just hitting a 190 club.
And from this lie, the goal is simple.
Trying to keep it on short grass. Yeah, got away with that.
It's on to another short pitch, and sadly, it's a total mishit.
That's not how you do it.
And this one also gets away from me a bit.
Sit. Okay, take just a second and make sure I make this.
And it would be easy at this juncture to abandon my routine after hitting a couple of bad shots. But I'll do the opposite. I'll hunker down over this putt without regard for whether it's for birdie or for double. And fortunately, this time I get it to go.
420 into.
On the first hole I talked about swinging easy, but I failed to do that here. It's a long par 4, and my attempt at getting more out of it leads to a pull hook.
Oh, no.
And next, for the only time in this round,
I think there's a bunker there. That was not good.
I abandon my own rules of course management.
Okay, so 200 here. We're either going pitching wedge or 3-wood. The lie is so good. We're going to go 3-wood, and we are going to miss to the right.
I told myself to just miss right with a 3-wood, but there's no chance of hitting the green with this plan, and the consequence of a miss is hitting the water.
Oh, no. Okay. We'll do that again. That was dumb golf. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. 148.
So we've gone bad shot, stupid shot on this hole thus far, and now another bad one.
Oh, what a bad strike.
It's a good demonstration of the real consequences of making just one stupid decision on a hole.
Oh, Adam.
I won't escape with a bogey here, or even a double. After failing to get up and down, we'll card a disaster triple.
Ugh.
So despite parring 6 of 9 holes on the front, I'm forced to settle for a 5 over 41. Like I mentioned, what's most important is staying in the right mindset after disappointments like the 9th hole here. So let's see how I made out on the back.
All right, we're going to put that disaster on 9 behind us as quickly as possible. Got a relatively short par 5 here.
Thankfully, we've drawn a par 5, where as mentioned, even if we don't hit it perfectly,
Didn't hit that great, but it's okay.
keeping it in play leaves just a short par 4.
It's about 230, a little uphill, but little wind behind us, so I'm going to hit a 3-wood hard.
And I'll reiterate that I'm only opting for 3-wood here, because lately I've been hitting lines with it. This one might have been steered onto my line,
That was hit well.
but nonetheless, it almost reaches,
Hope so.
and my reward is an eagle putt from the fringe. But even though putter is typically my strength, even I'm prone to the odd miscue with it.
Hit it.
I misjudged the speed coming through the fringe, and on the long comebacker, evidently I still haven't dialed in the right speed.
Wow.
It's another poor putt, but one good one can wipe out the mistakes on this hole. And fortunately, I do just that.
So 130, but into a club for sure. So I'm going to hit a 140 club. What I need to tell myself is don't back off. Needs the 140.
It's a rare thing that I take multiple penalty strokes in a round. But after a poor plan on the 9th hole cost me 1 penalty, this one is just a poor strike that catches a poor break too.
That wasn't hit well. Go. Go. Wow.
I could lament it and allow the negative thoughts to take over. Or I can just get back to work over this chip and lean into the short game that I've cultivated at pitch and putt.
Thanks.
It's good enough that I'll have a look at escaping with just a bogey. And for the umpteenth time, this is the area of the game where us handicap players can claw back strokes without having to transform ourselves into tour pros.
Thanks. Looks like dogleg right here. Yeah, I'm looking at the far bunker, I think. Not what I was trying to do, but it'll work.
It's a bit of a miss off the tee here on 12, but in play.
Okay, 170 and a bit into. Not the best lie here, but 5 hybrid should be able to get on it.
And this round is about to get a whole lot tougher, because the wind's picking up. I thought this 5 hybrid would be absolutely perfect, but it takes a hop long.
Be good.
And worse still, it finds a terrible lie.
Oh, sit. Wow, even into wind. Brutal break with this one going into a bunker where I'm on a downhill lie.
And now I'm just taking my medicine. I simply don't have the bunker game to get this one close to the hole. So this shot is far more about limiting big numbers than trying to get cute and get it close to the hole.
I'll take that. Yeah, this was a pretty bad lie.
I'll consider it a victory to have a putter in hand for the next one. It's a good effort. And here on stroke hole 2, I have no complaints with the bogey. A solid strike off the tee here, and I was hoping to get away with a slight miss to the left.
I hope it didn't find that bunker.
But it does find this fairway bunker.
Okay, so I've got 127. It's a lip right in my face, but I think I can do it. I'm going to take 1 extra club and aim right. The stick is here. I'm looking at the tall tree.
So it's back to level setting expectations. I'm hoping to get it pin high right, but more than that, I'm just hoping to clear this bunker lip. Mission accomplished, and on to another pitch.
A little chunky, but...
From this range, hitting one inside 10 feet would be great by my standards, but a makeable par putt from 10 to 15 feet is fine too. I don't quite get this one to go, so the bogey train continues, and on to the next one.
Okay, so 191, 182 with the slope, but we're into it, at least a club. So I'm going to hit a 190 club, take a nice full swing.
The wind's still picking up. It was actually blowing left here, and a draw swing only exaggerates this miss.
Oh, wow. That went way left. I think I was crowding the ball. Yeah, there was a lot going on there. Whoa, and now it's bouncing. Okay, a lot of work.
And once again, it would be easy to become dejected here. After going just 2 over through 7, I've gone 6 over through the last 6, and this chip will leave me a 20-footer.
Get going. Take that. Downhill, moving to my right, camera left.
But I'm still in my routine, and I hit a decent one here. But sadly, the bogey train continues.
So many of those today.
Just in time for another par 5.
Seems like a good opportunity to get off the bogey train.
The strike is mediocre, but like always, I'll relish the fact that I now effectively have a short par 4 in front of me. This one bounced forward on the fairway. It probably went further than my drive.
Yeah, I'm happy with that strike.
And onto a pitch and putt hole. It's better than the blunder we made on the last par 5, and onto a good look at birdie. I've been patient during this bogey train, and we'll get off it with a hard-fought birdie here.
There we go. So this is top. Green is the size of a postage stamp. I got 123. It's into wind. It's a little 9-iron. Well, we're really into wind. Yeah, I'm going to hit an 8-iron.
Some of my playing partners may hit pitching wedge or even gap wedge here, but the scorecard doesn't care about how we get the ball to the hole.
Should be good.
What's important is that I'm committed to a plan here. It turns out to be a good one, so let's see if we can stack together back-to-back birdies.
So in theory, this is moving this way, but I don't think it is by much. Just left edge.
I'm committed to this line, and I hit it, but it misses just a hair low.
Stay up. Oh.
And we'll settle for par.
Okay, so short hole, only 300, but there's clearly a creek out there somewhere, so I'm just going to hit like a 170, 180 shot with a 5 hybrid.
I've talked a lot about short par 4s today, and with trouble abound on this one, I'll opt for a shorter club to ensure I get it in play.
Back flag at 110. Just going to hit a little pitching wedge.
And I thought this was all over the flagstick, but it misses in the worst place to miss to a back pin.
Sit. Oh, wow, that went low. We must be downwind. I backed off a pitching wedge there. Okay. This is no fun.
And again, despite typically being tidy from this range, I'll still have my share of misses.
I'm putting.
What's important now is to hit this lag putt without fear, and instead with total abandon. I've been solid from this range throughout the day, and this one's no different. I'll clean up the bogey putt, and on to 18.
I'm hoping that water is not reachable. I don't think it is.
At sea level, it's rare that I get a ball out there 300 yards, but it's another one downwind, and indeed this one does top the 300 mark, leaving me just a wedge in.
I hope that water is not reachable. I'm just on line with it. 75.
It's a bit of a nervy one over the water here, but I know my distances with this club, and I'll take a confident rip at it.
Nice.
Wow.
It works out, and now this.
All right, this is what we asked for. A straight putt on 18 to break 80.
Bingo.
There we go.
With the course rating here, this 79 will go into the books as a 7 differential, which I'm more than happy with on a course I haven't played before. But more importantly, my evaluation of this round is that I only made one critical mistake of course management. And that aside, there were no double squares on the card. I hope you found this approach useful in your quest to break through your scoring barriers this season.